Marvel has taken us to many fictional lands so far in the MCU, but none so interesting as the seedy and crime-ridden world of Madripoor. The island has been a main staple in Marvel lore since the 80s, but this is the first time it's appeared in the MCU, and it promises to play an important part in the story going forward. But its importance doesn't just lie in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, with it also having key connections to a number of other heroes and villains in the Marvel world. Madripoor is a fictional principality located on an island in the southeast of Asia, and is inspired by the likes of Singapore and Hong Kong. It's also basically the crime hub of the Marvel world, with it being a safe haven for many criminals, and a place bad guys come to work, do dirty deals, and blow off some steam. All in all, it's a wretched hive of scum and villainy, just like Mos Eisley or Detroit. Just kidding, I love you, Mos Eisley. The island city was founded by pirates centuries ago, and when it comes to local government, well, they're also pretty crooked. It's also a great place for fugitives, such as Sharon Carter, to lay low, as they don't have an extradition process. And all of the dirty money being pumped into the island creates big banks and financial institutions who will take and wash your money. So if you are a career criminal, Madripoor is the place to be. The city's also divided into two separate sections, Hightown and Lowtown. Hightown, as you probably guessed, is the luxurious part of the city, where the affluent go to spend their cash and go crazy. Meanwhile, Lowtown acts as the city's slums and is a place where only particular superheroes dare go. So far, what we've seen and heard about Madripoor is pretty true to the comic books, although it is revealed in the comics that Madripoor rests on the back of a giant sleeping dragon, but I don't expect that to make its way into Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
He's out of line, but he's right.
What's most interesting about Madripoor is the fact that Marvel have only just got back the rights to use Madripoor after Disney's purchase of Fox, and the island is intrinsically linked with one Marvel property in particular, the X-Men.
That is why we're going to Madripoor.
In terms of timeline, Madripoor made its first appearance in Marvel lore in 1985 in New Mutants issue number 32, and it's been a place that the X-Men often find themselves venturing to. But the city really came into the limelight when one of the best, and in my opinion, the best mutants decided to call it home, Wolverine. In the 1988 Wolverine solo comic, after hiding out in the Australian outback and having the world think he was dead, Logan moved to the crime-ridden city, where he went by the name of Patch and concealed his identity by wearing, you guessed it, a patch. Does it hide his identity? Well, not really. But Clark Kent wears glasses to hide his identity, and that works, so I mean, at least it's better than that. Plus, anyone who calls him out on it runs the risk of, being stabbed with adamantium claws, so probably best to just go with calling him Patch. Wolverine spends a lot of time in Madripoor, and the gritty streets and high crime that takes place there is a perfect backdrop for a character like Wolverine to spend some time alone. During his time there, Wolverine went toe-to-toe with villains such as Silver Samurai, became accustomed with the people of Lowtown, and helped Tiger bring some semblance of law and order to the criminal underworld. There was even a direct Easter egg to both Wolverine and Tiger in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, as we can see a sign for the Princess Bar, which is one of Wolverine's favorite watering holes, and is also co-owned by Tiger. Right now though, we're yet to see the likes of Tiger, nor that of Logan, at least not that we're aware of, and Power Broker seems to be the ruler supreme of Madripoor. But could our favorite mutants be hiding somewhere in the shadows?
So what brings you to our fair city, sir?
Now we're gonna take a step into some dangerous territory. We call it the land of the theories. We have been burned many times on theories, but seeing as it's our bread and butter, we just can't help ourselves. With Madripoor being confirmed, could Wolverine be hiding somewhere already in the timeline on the streets of Lowtown? Or could he be tied to Power Broker and their pursuit of creating super soldiers? When it comes to picking a seedy setting for the show, Madripoor is far from Marvel's only choice, and if they wanted to go with a location that held close links with Baron Zemo, they could have moved the action to Begalia, but they didn't. Instead, they opted to go with Madripoor, the one-time home of Wolverine.
And that surprises you?
Falcon and the Winter Soldier could answer one of the biggest questions right now. How exactly will Marvel introduce the mutants? The Easter egg for the Princess Bar may be just that, an Easter egg. There are still more questions as to what Sharon Carter's been doing all this time. Maybe she knows Logan, or maybe she's Mephisto, huh? Okay, there's those theories again. Sorry.
What are you doing?
But could Madripoor have links to another MCU project? While it's unlikely the Madripoor dragon will appear, in the comics, after the dragon is reawakened, it attacks the city of Shanghai until it's defeated by Shang-Chi. So maybe we'll see a Shang-Chi tease soon.